Ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to another episode of Blunt Impact. I am your boy Chris G, one half of the PotHeels with my good brother, the three-time baby making champion Ness. We are joined by our co-host, Mary Jane. We actually got a full blunt this episode. I'm a little hyped about it, to be honest. Ness, how are you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling mighty fine, good brother. True Hills, what's the deal? One of my favorite times of the week, reviewing some great stuff with Impact and getting blazed in while we're doing it. So
Yep.
wrestling and weed, great combination, just like us, another great
Yes,
combination.
absolutely. One of the best, if you ask me, in my
Uh,
opinion. I'm so glad we're covering wrestling on Tuesdays because I tried to do wrestling on Monday night and I just couldn't get through it.
I
So
gave that shit up.
I tried it. I tried it for the first time in a while. I got home on a decent time. I was able to try to catch a little bit of it. I did, and I didn't like what I seen. So I'm happy we have Impact Wrestling under our belt. We have an interesting show today. It is the go home show. Well, it's the show after Genesis, which is basically just the Super X Cup, and it's also the go home show going into Impact Hard to Kill, their first pay-per-view of 2021. We will be running down that card and giving our predictions. But before we get into it all, we want to remind everybody at home to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good things. Show us the love. We will show the love back. It is the true heel heat way. I am going to light my blunt as soon as I count down to one. Ness is gonna light his shit up as soon as we get down to one. We've been literally been waiting for this all day.
Yes.
I know I have. I've been waiting not all day for like a good 6, 7 hours to smoke already. So I'm ready to light up. Ness, you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
We hope if you're home at home watching us and whatever you got rolled up or don't have rolled up, whatever it's in metal, plastic, aluminum, whatever you're smoking out of, light up when we get down to one. Okay, so we're gonna start at three, three, two, one. All right.
Feel like I just got my second wind.
Yeah. Said I'm ready to go another 5 rounds. Put me in, coach.
Right.
We start off the show with Taya Valkyrie versus Kimberly. Basically, a tune-up match for Taya before she takes on Deonna Purrazzo this Saturday at Hard to Kill. Deonna trying to distract and basically saving Kimberly, putting her foot on the ropes, whatever she can do to help her against Taya, because Taya dominated this match mostly. Susan, the fucking stenographer, comes out and starts attacking Rosemary. I guess she's aligned herself with Deonna and Kimberly now since Father James Mitchell fixed her or whatnot. So the distraction gets Taya off guard. Kimberly takes advantage. Later on, we have a match. It's Rosemary versus Tennille Dashwood with Caleb with a K. Early mind games from Rosemary. You know, she's creepy. She does creepy shit. Caleb just trying to distract, taking selfies, pulling the leg, doing whatever he can to ensure that Tennille gets the victory. He even gives hairspray to Tennille, and she gets Rosemary in the face with the hairspray for a near fall. They're gonna try to do some shenanigans again, but Crazy Steve pops up out of nowhere, hey, and just saves Rosemary. Rosemary gets the hairspray, puts it on Tennille Dashwood, and that's your finish. Rosemary gets the 1, 2, 3. Slow match, but entertaining. Funny little story. Just good work on both sides of the spectrum, from the heels and the faces. So, what'd you think about? We'll save the predictions for later. But what did you think about both matches, both women's matches that went on here?
They're both solid. I think Taya Valkyrie versus Kimberly was a great opener. It's always good to let them. I like how Impact, we just go straight into the action, no opening monologues, dialogues, conversations, none of that shit. We just get right into the action. And I like that they kicked it off with the women because, championship implications. Taya Valkyrie meets Deonna Purrazzo this Saturday at Hard to Kill. So It's great. We're opening the show highlighting their not only the women's division, but also the championship match that's coming up this Saturday. So kudos to Impact for that. And also Tenille Dashwood versus Rosemary was decent. I like the fact that she had a plan. You know, she was going to the match like, look, when she talks about herself and the demon or whatever, telling Taya Valkyrie, we got it worked out. Don't worry about it. We got it under control. We got everything handled. Don't worry about it. So you just worry about your match coming up this weekend. I got this, or we got this. So, you know, real smart of Rosemary to enlist of her menagerie. I think that's how I said it right. Yeah. Former stablemate and Crazy Steve. I'm actually surprised that he came out as late as he did because of how much Caleb was getting involved in the match up until the point. But, you know, don't want to rush a good thing because he came out when he needed to, and that helped Rosemary get the win. So, you know, I like how both matches played out. I'm going to save my initial thoughts on the opening match because that's also going to play into our predictions. But yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that.
Yeah, I should definitely mention too that of course we're we're joined on commentary by Josh Matthews and Madison Rain for the last time.
Yeah.
Madison Rain is transitioning to a career. She had just graduated college, I believe. She's like a marketing specialist or something, business marketing specialist. But she is pursuing a career outside of wrestling. She's also going to be, I guess, like a full-time mom because her and Josh Matthews do have, I think they have one child. Josh Matthews will be transitioning into, he basically got promoted. He's going to be like a senior producer. So we're going to have a new commentary team, I think, starting at Hard to Kill. And
Yeah.
it will be Matt Stryker and D. Low Brown, baby. I'm kind of hyped. I like Matt Stryker. I think he gets a lot of shit. I don't know why. I kind of like him as an analyst or play-by-play guy. And I mean, D'Lo had a little experience. There was an Impact special last year that I had covered, and D'Lo was on commentary, and he wasn't bad. So I think with time they'll be able to have a nice flow. It should be, you know, a refreshing new soundtrack to all the action that's going to be happening in Impact. So I'm here for it. Next up, we have a paid ad, once again, by the owner of AEW, Tony Khan. He's joined by Tony Schiavone. He has those fucking ridiculous 2021 glasses on. He's got his arms all up and shit, trying to look brolic. Cutting the most heel promo he possibly could in Impact Wrestling. Yes, that is the TK pose, as Ness is doing right now. That is now known as the Tony Khan pose. He puts himself over as an owner for help funding Impact, help pay for their ad time and
He's
putting money in
paid
their pocket.
ads.
He's putting the real World Championship over the AEW World Championship. He's cutting ass on Impact. Calls AEW a real wrestling show. Nice little subtle dig at Impact. Tony Schiavone said it's on a real network. Talking about TNT because let's be honest, unless you have a Fire Stick or you're just a fucking hacker, there's no way to find Access TV anywhere.
I actually have Access TV.
Really?
But I don't know how. Like, it's the craziest thing. I got Xfinity out here. It's like Comcast, so it has it. But there's so many other ways you can watch the shit on Twitch, on fucking, Impact Plus,
Impact Plus,
all type of shit.
Yeah. That Access I couldn't find when I had regular cable or whatever. I had direct TV. Now that I don't have any of that shit, it's so much easier to find.
Right.
Tony Khan even goes as far as to say is the good brothers are welcome to come. But you know what? I don't even think they're real brothers. Tony Khan gets more lovable each week. How'd you feel about this paid ad? I loved it.
Man. They're always going to be great. Tony's just getting more comfortable, more calm, and it's hilarious. Well, not hilarious, but I like the fact that Tony Schiavone is the excuse me, the one that has more experience being in front of the camera, actually cutting these type of promos and videos, like in his career. So he's he's just there to back up Tony Khan as he's, bigging up Impact and just shitting on bigging up AEW and shitting on Impact pretty much for the most part. But it's always great, man. I need Impact to respond with a video ad of their own now. Like Don Callis, Scott D'Amore, somebody has to say something. Scott D'Amore, he's just happy as shit that AEW's there. He don't give a fuck. He don't care. He don't care. He think, look, you guys can talk as much shit as you want. This is getting us publicity. This is getting us views, streams, which is revenue. That's all I'm worried about, revenue. So I know, and Callis, Callis, he gets his shots back on live on TV, but like I want a commercial type of response to this, because this, like, it's already great, but a reply would be even better.
Yeah, I'm just waiting until some authority figure, most likely Don Callis.
Yeah.
They have a little face off on either Impact or AEW. That would be great. Next up, we have Chris Bay teaming up with Rohit Raju, and they have a tag team match against Manic and Suicide. I'm just gonna start off right now. I am usually a fan of like these car crash tag matches, because this was a lot of double moves, a lot of moves in sync. Just real good, fast-paced shit. I enjoyed it. But the ref was just in the corner, not doing a fucking thing. At least attempt to count to make it feel like there's some type of rule. I thought there was a tornado tag going on, and then I see a motherfucker on the corner after the commercial break, and then it turns into another tornado tag. So I was thoroughly confused, but I was thoroughly entertained by this match. Towards the end, Rohit Raju tries to unmask Manic when he could have just used his finisher and pin him. Suicide takes advantage of that, almost gets the win, but Chris Bay comes out of nowhere, hits the ultimate finesse for the W. So they're gonna have a match going into Hard to Kill. We'll get into that later. So he has a little momentum for that. But I thought the match was pretty good. What'd you think?
You already know I enjoyed the match. I just think the storyline's stupid. That's pretty much like these guys are all like great talents, so the in-ring product is going to be dope. But the whole thing of fucking TJP being Manic, I'm not going to do it this episode. You guys are off the hook. I'm not going to go through the whole ordeal right now. But the match was very decent, and I like how I like that Suicide was Manic's partner. I mean, I don't know why I liked it. I guess because the two masked guys, that's really the only reason. Like, the guys, something in common, I guess. But it was a good match. So I'm glad that, Chris Bay picked up the win. But that might have to play into my predictions for Hard to Kill. Yeah. It's so many ways we can go with this.
We're gonna hold off on that.
I know, because every match makes me want to talk about it.
Next up, we have a hype, a promo, a vignette, whatever you want to call it, for the Barbed Wire Massacre match. Finally, this is gonna be the fucking end between Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards, and it is a fitting match for it. There's gonna be blood and guts. We'll make the prediction later, but Sammy's already bleeding and the match didn't even start yet. So that's the best part of the promo. Any thoughts?
No, I just want to get this shit over with.
Word. Next up, we have Moose versus Matthew Palmer. I guess a rematch in some sorts. It's an actual match this time. Yeah, no time limit, no 3-minute rule, whatever. It's just Moose versus Matthew Palmer. And Moose destroys Matthew Palmer.
Yeah.
In the middle, Matthew Palmer tried to get a little hot comeback, and Moose shut that shit down, like the Pittsburgh Steelers got shut down this week. That just, good shit by Moose. He's just sending messages to Rich Swann every week. He defeats Matthew Palmer, death by elbows. That's what I like to call it. Just
Yeah.
elbowed a man to death where he wasn't alive and the ref had to call it. Any thoughts?
I find it funny that you called it a match because it really wasn't much of a match. This shit was a squash, and rightfully so. Willie Mack got Matthew Palmer the victory last week, so Moose had to get him back. He got Willie Mack back. Now it's time to get Matthew Palmer, this indie darling that shouldn't, or this indie wrestler looking for opportunity, trying to touch a star like Moose. So Matthew Palmer got what Matthew Palmer had coming, pretty much.
Definitely agree with that. But hopefully he gets a little bit more shine in the future and gets to showcase what he can do. Next up, we have a knockouts tournament, the tag team tournament. Just a recap showing how both teams got to the finals. After that, they're sitting down with Scott D'Amore, just discussing the magnitude of the match, and we get a glimpse of the Impact Tag Team Knockouts Championships. They look kind of dope. What'd you think about the design?
Yeah, I like them. They kind of they pretty much just look like the Impact Women's or Knockouts Championship, like the regular one. Just like in tag team form. Yeah,
just
like
slightly
in tag
different
team
shape.
form.
But it's the same color. I like the pink with the whatever it is, gold or so.
Silver. I think it's silver.
A lot of shit talking by Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, and Havoc and Nevaeh is not having it. They choke them up against the wall, say they're ready for Saturday. Bada bing, bada boom, they're ready. They're ready. We're ready. We'll get into that later. But after that, Scott D'Amore is approached by Brian Myers, and he's complaining about what happened between him and Josh Alexander a few weeks ago. And Josh Alexander is like, listen, motherfucker, we can fight again. It's up to you. So I think they booked a no disqualification match. I know they have a match next week. I think it's no disqualification. But whatever, man. Keeps Josh Alexander busy while his partner is taking care of other things, or ex-partner, whatever you want to call him, which we will get into later. Next up, we have Cody Deaner versus Tommy Dreamer. Joe Doring and Eric Young accompany Cody Deaner. Dreamer's accompanied by Rhino and Cousin Jake. And Joe Doring and Rhino are ejected early in the match because early interference, early physicality from both men. So the ref just ejects them too. Why he didn't eject everybody else? But it's whatever. Cody Deaner with real good like heel shit this match. It was a slow match, nothing crazy. But using the ropes, using his wrist tape to fucking try to blind Tommy, just being aggressive, stomping. A good side of Cody Deaner. I'm glad we're seeing this side of him. Jake tries to still like talk some sense into him, so he gets pimp smacked 3 times into next week. He's that hard to kill already. He's just, pop, pop, pop. So Jake finally gets pissed, starts attacking Cody Deaner. We have a no contest. Ref throws the match out. Have a big brawl, and the Cure, as we like to call them, Eric Young, Joe Doring, Cody Deaner, they're standing tall. How'd you feel about this segment? I thought it was good for what it was. I'm usually not into the Tommy Dreamer shit for some reason, but this was cool.
Well, I'm gonna ride with this regardless because I booked this shit. So, but it is decent though. That's the best part about it because it was that sudden snap and was like, oh shit, he really did do this to join Eric Young. So now he has to play this role out and he has to prove to Eric Young that he is he's not a nobody. He is somebody. And he's doing it. He turned on his family. Cousin Jake don't know who the fuck he is right now. He hated he's just alone. Thought he was an X Division guy. That didn't work out well for him at all. But I just want to see this this hardcore match or old school rules match or old school match, whatever the fuck they call this shit, at Hard to Kill. I need to see more out of Joe Doran. That's what I'm waiting for, man. Like that little like 20 seconds we seen him in the tag match, that wasn't shit. I want to see how he goes in the match. This nigga's brutal as shit. I know he is.
Yeah, I definitely think he's gonna hurt somebody on Saturday. But we'll get into that later. That's gonna be the fucking the tagline for this shit, for this episode. We'll get into that later.
We'll get into that later.
Finally, we have Kenny Omega and Don Callis and the Good Brothers and his bus, and they're hyping up Karl Anderson. The machine gun. We need to see the machine gun. We need you to take Rich Swann out. Then we have a nice Rich Swann promo coming with that fire. It said everybody's banned from ringside. It's just some one-on-one today. So you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna go back to that tour bus and you're gonna say, fellas, on Saturday, we gonna get our ass whooped. And the main event is Rich Swann versus Karl Anderson. Now it started off hot for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 minutes, and then they went to a commercial break, which really threw me the fuck off. But when they came back from the commercial break, slowly built up. Immediately after the match, we cut to the back. Motor City Machine Guns are hyped because they think they got some momentum. But guess who comes through the door? Kenny Omega and Doc Gallows. Lay these men out. And at the end of the show, we have the Elite standing tall. Lots of digest going on. What do you think about the match and the segments as a whole?
Yeah, the match was decent, and I like that after Rich picked up the win, like Kenny and Gallows like fuck that, we gotta find these niggas it's on, like everybody's banned from ringside, match over here, let's get it on right now, and that's what happened. So, but I'm just
They had like the screen, the play-by-play, and they showed both guys, like both teams' reaction. These niggas were like, oh man, fuck,
yeah,
let's go.
they was just out of there. Motor City Machine Guns like yeah. They came through the door like pow pow. Nah, but I'm just ready to see the. You want to just get into the predictions, but this one,
Well,
or do
you
we?
know what? Let's save this one for last because
Okay.
this is the. I think this is going to be the main event. So
Oh
I
yeah,
would
for
save
sure
this
it's
one
gonna
for
be.
last.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's the main event. What?
Let's let's run down the Hearts of Kill predictions real quick. We have Rosemary and Crazy Steve in a tag match versus Tennille Dashwood and Caleb with a K. Who you got?
Rosemary and Crazy Steve.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. Next up, we have Karate Man versus Ethan Page.
Who
I
you got?
have no, I have no.
I got Karate Man.
I'm leaning towards Karate Man. I'm like 60-40, but I have no idea what to expect with this shit. So I'm gonna go with Karate as well. Then we have Eddie Edwards versus Sam Callahan, hopefully for the final time in a barbed wire massacre match. I'm gonna say Eddie Edwards comes out the victor.
I don't care who wins. I just want to get it over with. I don't care. Just get it over with.
Well then, I'm on the same boat, but I'm gonna for just in case, just because I have to pick somebody, I'm gonna pick Eddie. Next up, we have the Cure, as we like to call them, Eric Young, Joe Doran, Cody Deaner versus Cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer in an old school's rules match, basically hardcore match. I'm gonna go with Eric Young and them.
The Cure. That's what I'm going with.
The Cure. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cure. Next up for the Impact Knockouts Championship, we have Deonna Purrazzo putting the title up against Taya Valkyrie. I'm gonna say Deonna retains.
Mm.
I mean, I want Taya to win. I think she's a good opponent. But I don't see Deanna losing it right now, especially not after winning wrestler of the year and all that shit.
Taya might win, but she might not get it. Like there's a way like
Like
they could
DQ
do
or some
like
shit.
DQ win. I'm gonna go with
Dirty
Taya.
finish. Taya dirty finish. I can see that. I can see that. I think
Don't
Peraza
listen to me
gonna
though.
see.
Don't listen to me.
This is just the guy that
I was about
bakes
to
books
say,
everything.
yeah, don't listen to me.
Next up, we have the X Division title on the line. It is Manic defending it against Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. I'm still on the Chris Bay train. I think he's gonna get it back.
I would like to see that, but I'm gonna go with yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go with him too because Rohit Raju is gonna just be too fucking Actually, no, I'm gonna go with Rohit Raju.
I'm gonna go with Chris Bay. I'm gonna tell you why. Big booking for Hard to Kill.
Let's go.
This man was so fixated today on taking off the mask and he couldn't do it. So he's gonna try that shit again at Hard to Kill. He's gonna do it. He's gonna find out. Oh shit, it's TJP. Then he's either gonna get rolled up or get hit with like an ultimate finesse, a double ultimate finesse, some shit. Chris Bay is gonna be your next X Division champ.
That sound dope as
Big
shit.
booking.
Fist bump through the screen. Boom.
Absolutely.
That shit was tough. I like that.
We have the finals that will crown the new Impact Knox Tag Team Champions. We have Havoc and Nevaeh going up against Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz. I'm going Kiera and Tasha. I think this whole tournament was built for them. They have been one of the more entertaining parts of Impact whenever they aren't on there. So yeah, I'm leaning towards them.
Fire and flavor all the way. I need this. You need this. We all need this.
I definitely need it. The main event, I think it might it might switch. The card that I read had the Impact Finals on top, but we have the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Good Brothers going up against Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. I am gonna go with Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns because they've been getting their ass beat for the last couple weeks.
I'm gonna go
The
with
Impact, you can't go with the AEW guy, not an Impact pay per view. I don't see it coming.
Kane don't even need to pick up the win though. It could be the actual people that are in Impact. The Good Brothers, they could one of them can pick it up.
I see one of them taking the L.
I actually seen one of the machine guns taking the L.
All right. We're gonna keep track. We're gonna keep track. I think we only have like one or two matches that are different. So I'm gonna keep track
Yeah,
and we'll
because I
see
didn't
who's
pick
right.
anybody for fucking Eddie Edwards and Sammy Callahan because I don't
You
care
just
about that
think.
shit.
Well, that is it for our predictions. We hope everybody at home has their own predictions. Send them in the comments. Let us know who you think are gonna win their matches. Feedback is always welcome. That's gonna do it for another episode of Blunt Impact. Ness, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at skinny_Kravitz. You can find me on Instagram at skinny__ Kravitz. You can find me right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel on Blunt Impact and Joints and Jabronis with my man Chris G. We form the PotHeels. You can also catch me on Review of Honor with my man, the Stat King, the man of 1,004 numbers. And I'm the Roundtable Rebel. I pop up on all the roundtables. So yeah, I'll be in the mix like Kool-Aid powder.
Like Kool-Aid powder. I'm your boy Chris G. You know where to find me at True Hill Chris G. At True Hill Chris G. I'll be here on Blunt Impact and Joints and Jabronis with my man, the three-time baby making champion Ness. We formed the PotHeels. I am also one half of the Wednesday Night Warriors with my man Romeo Anthony Colon. You could find us on the Hard to Kill Roundtable coming up. We will be covering that great pay-per-view. You could also hear us and Ness's lustrous voice on True Toxicity.
Show your ride.
Oh yeah, and that'll be it, folks. So for me, for the three-time baby making championess, and for Mary Jane, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.